Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here and welcome back to today's video where we're going to be discussing the news that has just come out of the Sims live stream, their official live stream over on twitch.tv/The Sims. I completely forgot this was happening, so very luckily a lot of lovely Simmers took to Twitter and basically gave us the rundown of what they talked about on it. So this video was posted to Twitter by Acid Law. Thank you so much for uploading this. This is actually where I remembered that there was a live stream on. I was in my own little world, I swear. This pandemic making my mind go a little bit fuzzy, I'm not gonna lie. So they're currently updating all townies in The Sims 4 with correct visuals and lore. Take it away, Ash.
Skin tones getting lighter over the course of the Sims games.
Which we do know, Sims 4 skin tones across the townies, they definitely look whitewashed, you know. Bella Goth is the main sort of person that people look at when it comes to this, and also the Calientes. I also noticed it like most recently in Discover University with the Pleasants, so this is something that I really feel did need addressing, and I'm so glad that the team have done it.
Hundreds of townies have come to life since the first Sims game launched 21 years ago. A lot of love has been put into every single one of them, and we acknowledge that they need continued care and attention. So it's about time for a tiny overhaul. We're currently in the process of updating NPCs in The Sims 4, including visuals as well as their lore. This will take some time to accomplish, as we have to spend some quality time with each and every single.
Which I get. If you've ever made your own version of a base game, if you've ever gone through and like sorted out the Sims, like obviously that does take time, and they probably have like a specific like team working on it, and if they don't, then it's probably just like some people who are also working on packs who are doing this in their spare time. So it is going to take a little while. However, I'm very glad that it is happening, but I had some thoughts about this news over on my Twitter. So really like the sound of this, but lore-wise, so obviously visual makeovers, super important. We have those updated skin tones now, and that's not to say that I don't think they could have been done in base game, because I really do think they could have, but now there's really no excuse when we have that many skin tones available to us, like at our fingertips. So very important. I'm glad it's finally happening. Lore-wise is where I start to be like concerned, just because I think there's other things that need to be fixed for the lore to work. So I said feels kind of useless unless sentiments stick with unplayed Sims until you play them. Sentiments and likes and dislikes, in brackets, are the only way of adding lore to 4 currently, but they disappear so quickly. I then go on to correct myself, because technically they're not the only ways of adding lore. However, I feel like in recent packs, take Cottage Living, for example, they have so many interesting townies and stories, and they already have sentiments set up for those townies, which is great. But if you hop right into that pack with your own family and you play for like 1 or 2 weeks, if you then go into a townie household, all of their sentiments will have disappeared. I really would love it if when you weren't playing a household, their sentiments wouldn't change. I personally myself am not a rotational player. I've never really played the game rotationally. I'm definitely one of those people that will just start a new save when I want a new family. But like for rotational players, like the fact that you work so hard on getting these sentiments and then you like go and play another family for a week, you come back and all your sentiments are just gone because they sort of carry on in the background and their timer runs out. So I would really like it if unplayed Sims kept their sentiments. And then I also added, I'd still also love to see sentiments be looked at again in general to be more powerful and have actual repercussions and cooldown periods. I went through this discussion when sentiments first came out. I feel like they're too weak. I feel like there's not enough of a repercussion for them. You know, The Sims 4 still feels very happy-go-lucky, because even if you have a sentiment, it doesn't really affect the way that your Sims interact with one another, and I would definitely prefer it to actually have an effect. strict, kind of like if your sim saw their significant other cheating in The Sims 2, there would be like a week cooldown where they couldn't even sleep in the same bed because they were so angry, and every time they saw them, they just wanted to chew them out and fight with them. That doesn't happen in The Sims 4. However, I also said, I guess lore-wise also means relationships from the get-go, which is always a good thing. Give me that caliente drama in base game, baby. Which, if you have ever made a base game save file, you know, basically when you first start playing, if you do decide to play as like, I'll use the Calientes because I feel like they are the best example, but you have the family bio, which says that Don is in a relationship with Katrina. That's not shown in their relationship panel. They're actually only they're either acquaintances or friends. They have like a slight friendly relationship bar, but they have no romance whatsoever. When you start playing as them, you have to like ask Katrina to be your girlfriend. You have to have your first kiss. Like the current lore isn't supported by the relationships. That has changed from Snowy Escape. We've definitely seen those relationships be actually talked about and like visualized in the game, which I'm glad about. They definitely just need to go back to all the other packs that we've had that have introduced Townies and do that. So I get that that's probably the lore that they're talking about. However, I would also like to see sentiment sort of be reworked as a part of this. I feel like it's probably the best time to do it. But that wasn't the only news that we got. It wasn't just about Townies. They also said that we were getting a relaxing refresh of a game pack. Back like last year, maybe even the year before, time is non-existent to me right now. Everything feels like it's been in the last like 10 years, but also in 1 year. Maybe that's just a sign of me getting old. But they actually had a community survey where we could suggest like 3 packs that we would want the team to go back and work on and refresh them, add more things to them, whatever they were planning for that. It seems like it's actually happening from the word relaxing refresh. I know refresh just means like we're gonna go up and like refresh in this pack, so I'm kind of not taking that as a hint. And I know the Sims team always say we don't do hints, but I feel like this might be a hint. So relaxing. If we go and look at game packs, the ones that jump out to me as like relaxing, I already have them up, but it's the Sims 4 Spa Day and it's the Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat. I really wouldn't be surprised if they refreshed Outdoor Retreat. It was the very first game pack that we ever got for The Sims 4. I definitely think there's some like refurbishments that could be done on this pack, and I'm gonna give you a few examples. So obviously we got hiking in Snowy Escape. I really feel like they could add some trails to Outdoor Retreat into Granite Falls and sort of like take that programming from Snowy Escape and add it to Granite Falls, like having those family hikes. Also, more recently in the base game update that we got before Cottage Living, we obviously got the pond tool, and the pond tool actually came with spawners. And if you follow me on Twitter, you probably seen me talk about this, but I absolutely love herbalism. Herbalism is a skill that gets forgotten about in The Sims 4 because it came with Outdoor Retreat and it's so specific to Granite Falls. Like you have to travel to Granite Falls to get the plants, to get the bugs, to get everything that you need for herbalism. You need to constantly go back and visit Outdoor Retreat. However, now that we have those placeable spawners for the ponds, I think they could take that and add that to the spawners for Outdoor Retreat. It definitely is a choice of a player. If you want to make it easier on yourself for the herbalism skill, you'd be able to go into build by mode, place down those like insect spawners, and then have your Sims collect those insects in any world. It's an opt-in scenario, you know, if people want to keep the challenge of going back to Granite Falls, that's absolutely fine. You can do that, but you have the option to make it easier on yourself, which I think is always a good thing. I constantly say The Sims 4 just generally needs more options. I also would really like to see Granite Falls just be like more dangerous. I feel like Jungle Adventure kind of did danger like pretty okay. Like if you go to Salvadorada and make a wrong choice, there is an opportunity for your Sim to like catch a disease, and they can can pass away. Whereas we don't really have that with Outdoor Retreat, and I would really like just more danger in general. I want like a rework of the bears as well to make them a little bit more feisty. And also I would like it if they could make it livable. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but obviously we got Snowy Escape, which you could live in, but you could also go visit on holiday. I feel like they could also kind of update Granite Falls to be like that. Whereas for Spa Day, see, this one I feel like it's one of my favorite packs. And do I think I would go out and spend $17.99 on it nowadays? Probably not, because we've got game packs since this was released that have been much better. However, for the amount that I use yoga and meditation, and I do also go to spas quite a lot, especially if I just want like a refreshing day or if I want my Sims to like go on a honeymoon together, I really enjoy Spa Day. It's an unpopular opinion, not that many people like it. I would love a yoga teacher career. I think that we should be able to lead our own yoga classes. I think we should be allowed to invite our friends round and have like a yoga party and be able to teach them yoga. I just think like that should already be in the game pack. I feel like it should have a career. And if we don't get yoga teacher, then I hope we actually get a massage therapist, because obviously you can give massages to other Sims if you buy a table in your house. However, when you go to a spa, there's like other people working it. I would just really like it if your Sims could actually join a career as a massage therapist. I love careers. I love having more ways of making money. Even if yoga teacher and massage therapist are like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Freelancer careers? I think it would be great. Like a traveling massage therapist. Yes, please. I mean, they could update meditation and give you like more powerful powers. If you actually reach, I think it's level 10 in meditation or whatever the highest in meditation wellness skill is the fact that your Sims can actually teleport themselves, which is pretty freaking cool. I really like that they can do that. Maybe they could split it up into like two different skills, like have yoga as its own skill and then like meditation as its own skill. But then thinking about those two packs got me thinking about other refreshes that I would want to see for other game packs. So we're gonna go through the list. Dine out. Most obvious one here is just make restaurants work. I haven't been to a restaurant in a really long time in The Sims 4, so I might be like prematurely judging this because I haven't used it, because it was so broken in my game Once Upon a Time that I've just never gone back to it, and I don't know if it's fixed. But basically servers just take forever to get your food out. Sometimes it doesn't even come out. Like you could go on a date to a restaurant and it could take like 8 hours to eat there, which is just ridiculous. I also would really love it if your Sims could actually work in restaurants. Right now they can only run them and own them, kind of like in Get to Work with the shops. I would really like it if they could be a server or they could be a cook. I think that's just like such a good idea, like a sort of playable job, which we don't really have apart from Get to Work. And then also, can we please get proposing at dining table back? It was one of the cutest interactions in The Sims 2. I absolutely loved it. Like the fact that your Sim could like slide the ring box over to the other Sim. I miss it so much. Like imagine everyone like celebrating if your Sim said yes to a proposal in a restaurant. Vampires, I really don't have like much feedback on. I think Vampires is the perfect game pack. It's my favorite game pack for The Sims 4. I really like it. I think it was done flawlessly. Parenthood, I just in general want more family stuff. Kids absolutely need more. And I would like give more suggestions, but I feel like any suggestion that I give to Parenthood is gonna make it feel more like a Generations expansion pack than it does a Parenthood game pack. So I just want more family things to do together. Jungle Adventure, pretty much the same feedback as Outdoor Retreat, but try and make it livable if that's an option. Strangerville, I actually really like Strangerville. I'll hold my hands up and say it. The only thing that I have wrong with Strangerville is the fact that we don't have an option to actually turn off the story. I would use Strangerville as a world so much more if they just gave us a tick off option in the menu options, just being like, look, I don't want to play with the story this time. Please give us an option to turn off the story. Also, for a refresh, maybe add like a second part of the story on. I actually really love the story mode of Strangerville, and I would like to see it expanded. I just think like adding a bit more meat to the story would be great. That's not to say I wasn't let down by the ending, because I kind of was. I was hoping it would relate to Bella Goth in a way, and then it just like kind of didn't, and I think they could definitely like figure something out to add a second part to it. Realm of Magic, make magic more powerful. Realm of Magic missed the magic of what vampires had, because vampires, you had like 3 distinct tracks that you could sort of go on. You had the good vampire, you had the bad powerful vampire, and then you had like the vampire that wanted a family. Whereas spellcasters just feel like kind of generic, like there's not really like a good v bad in it. Just doesn't feel like you're making choices. Like spellcasters feel slightly underpowered. I'd also like more danger. Give me a risk to like set my house on fire or kill my Sims off. And not just from like draining your power, but like actually like defeating other spellcasters in duels and like having like a death spell. I'm not going to talk about Journey to Batu because I don't want time being spent on refreshing that in any which way. And Dream Home Decorator, just make it work. I still run into so many bugs. Honestly, it's not my favorite pack. You lot know how I feel about Dream Home Decorator as a whole. It's buggy as hell, like the higher up you get into the career. Sometimes it'll give you like a level renovation, but won't let you do a level renovation. There's so many bugs in that pack, and honestly, like if they are gonna spend time on it, just fix the bugs. I kind of don't want time being spent on that. It's 1, the most recent pack, and also 2, like it's not my favorite pack. So personally, I wouldn't want anything else going into it and it taking time away from something else. So there we have it. That's pretty much my discussion, thoughts, wants, wish list for the game pack refreshes. Let me know what you all think. I would love to hear your ideas for these pack refreshes as well. Obviously, I did just talk about game packs because that's what they said they were doing first. It was gonna be a relaxing refresh on a game pack, which, like I said, in my mind relates to like a relaxing holiday in outdoor retreat or a relaxing trip to the spa. So personally, I think it's probably gonna be between those two, but I would love to hear what you would just like to see like as pack refreshes in general. I might also do these videos for maybe not stuff packs, but definitely expansions as well. So if you would like to see more videos talking about like refreshes that I would want and expansions, absolutely feel free to let me know. I just love recording videos like these because I love hearing all of your ideas. I just think you lot are so creative when it comes to suggesting these types of things and the feedback that you give. And it's also a pretty cool opportunity to be like, look, this is what my community is saying, this is what people would like to see, and I can always bring that to the plate. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for leaving your feedback and recommendations down below if you do. Stay safe, I love you all, and I will speak to you all in the next one. Bye now.